One more episode left, y'all. One more freaking episode left. And at this point, I really have no clue what's about to happen. What's up, y'all? This is yours truly, Myron Smart this week, the mindofmyron.com. And I had to come on here and just get some thoughts out about this episode of Game of Thrones. Now, I probably will be doing a podcast this week with my boy Jordan and Melvin just to talk more in detail about the episode. But I had to come give y'all some of my thoughts on what we just witnessed, man. Yikes. What an episode, man. This might be the best episode of the season so far to me. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the things that happened in this episode. I can kind of understand why they happened in this episode. But y'all know that Jasmine Sullivan song? Start that fire, let it burn. Burn, burn, burn. No Usher. But, man, let's get to it. Game of Thrones, y'all, excuse my French, mama. Y'all fucking wrong. Y'all let us down. And it was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode, but this one thing is something I think has slipped a lot of people's mind because of everything else that was happening, and it kind of happened quickly and went to something else. But y'all dropped the ball when it came to killing Cersei Lannister. Cersei Lannister, arguably the most evil person in Game of Thrones history. And she died in the hands of the person she loved most. Now, yeah, I know some people saying, yeah, she got Myron. A castle collapsed on her. That's not the type of death I wanted to see. I wanted hounds. I wanted poison, and you see the poison popping through her veins. I wanted gruesome. I wanted horrific. I wanted what she deserved, and we didn't get it. I just was waiting for Arya to take off that mask and to get her. But when she started feeling the wounds in Jaime, I was like, it's really him. Shucks. Like, y'all let Cersei Lannister get away entirely too easy, and I think that is crazy. Crazy, man. You deserved it. Like, it was coming to you. Now, your actions, if we see in this episode, you were not wrong, but you had to go. Like, you were unloyal, and I don't blame Dany for what she did. And I thought one of the best scenes of the entire episode, maybe this season, is when she was like, you sentenced to death, and you just see Drogon just peep out of the shadows. Like, it was like, whoo, whoo. Like, I loved that part of the episode, and she just did a simple Dracarys, and boom, like, it was nice. I like that part of the episode, man. The Clegane Bowl, if y'all don't watch the Game of Thrones podcast and insider shows and stuff like that, the Clegane Bowl, because the Hound's real name is Sandor Clegane, and his brother's same last name, and people have been waiting for this showdown forever on Game of Thrones, and it finally happened. And I don't know how he survived that long, especially when he put them thumbs in his eyes. But I'm glad he got to take his brother down. That was a right way for the Hound to go out. Grey Worm is a soldier, man. Grey Worm is a soldier. As I know it was hard for him, but he was a soldier. Tyrion, I thought was going to die this episode, and I would not have been surprised if he did. Tyrion has become one of the dumbest people on the show, trying to connect to people's emotions who don't have them, connect to people's soft spots who don't have them, at least not for him. So he wanted to be very so bad, but I'm sure he's going to play a big part in the next episode. And let me just get to the point, man. Dany's the Mad Queen. And I know so many of us are split about this, because this is not the route I wanted to see her go, right? And they foreshadowed it so much this season in particular. And I just wanted them to I wanted them to just surprise us and do something different. And when they rung that bell, and she knew they had surrendered, she looked across King's Landing, and everything hit her at once. Like, I don't blame Dany at all for becoming the Mad Queen. Do I agree? No, because it's crazy how this happened. Because last week after Missandei died, I was like, burn it all, burn it all. And when I actually saw it all burning, I was like, no. And when they rung the bell and Dany was kind of trying to decide what she was going to do, I was just like, no, Dany, don't do it. Don't do it, Dany. They surrendered, don't. And she took off. And I was like, no, Dany. I was like, you could burn down the Red Keep, but don't burn the innocent lives. I didn't want to see, like, as somebody whose favorite character was probably Dany for the majority of this series, it sucks seeing her get pushed to that point. And I don't think it's necessarily her inside. I mean, the Mad King inside of her, it's genetics, yeah, but I think it was more so the result of losing everyone close to you, like having no one. And then the people that you thought were close to you either died or you couldn't trust. Somebody close to her, disloyal. Jon, that scene when she asks, when she kisses Jon, and Jon just kind of just like that auntie thing pop in his head. He pulled back, and she knew right then, like, I really have nobody. And in the sense of being alone, it's like I can't leave with love no more because I don't have that. I don't have no love here. Only thing I got is fear. And she raised hell, man. I have no clue what happens next episode. I know it's set up to be predictable, so I'm assuming Dany's going to lose the throne. But I have no clue how. Because after I seen Dragon do the stuff he did the last episode, this episode, episode 5, who going to stop? They don't got no machines like Cersei had. So who's going to stop Drogon? Somebody going to kill Dany? I don't know if she's going to let people get that close to kill her. I hope Jon checks Sansa. But the last episode of Game of Thrones is going to be interesting, man. I have no clue what's going to happen. I'm at a loss for words. It's been a hell of a ride, and I don't really like everything that's happened this season, but I'm not disappointed in the season. I understand it was rushed. I understand they have prequels coming. I'm not disappointed in this season. But I wish it was longer, more dialogue, more explaining. Because it kind of feels now like it's a bunch of seasons in one. Like, all these episodes could have been in separate seasons necessarily. Because I forgot all about the Battle of Winterfell now. Like, it seems like that should have been like a whole, maybe last season. And this season could have been all about the war against Cersei, right? And to give Dany some slack, if y'all listen to Game of Thrones podcast and know more some of the history from the books, like, all her people, the older Targaryens, they all kind of went. Even Tyrion's and pops took over the Red Keep and destroyed everybody and killed everybody. A lot of people have used force to get what they want, but it's just we didn't want that again. And I just hate that the writers took her to this point, and I don't know what happens next. But I'm going to find out with you guys next week. Stay on the lookout for the podcast I'm probably going to do this week to get more detail with the episode after I learn some more stuff, rewatch. But it's going to be interesting, man. I love the show. Sad this is about to end, but it's time.